네, 지금 마실 커피는요. 에티오피아 내가 첼베사 꽃이 5월 13일 날 한 거고요. 네. 오늘 까봅니다.
The lead was gone, but worse was to follow. Heartbreak for the Italian, with suspension damage spelling retirement with the end in sight. Rupert Corhinen, meanwhile, had defied the rough rock-strewn roads with a string of fastest times on the final day. The Finn surged past the luckless Navellini and held on to claim his first international rally victory and the first ERC debutant winner for 11 years. Corhinen's final winning margin was just over half a minute from Osberg, with the Norwegian holding on to second from margin by just 1.3 seconds.
랠리 보고 있는데 양해 좀 바랍니다.
And after 2 rounds of 8, it is Marchik who leads the ERC title race with a 7-point lead over Osberg, who jumps to second, and Corhinen fourth after that dramatic final day in Hungary. The second round of the new ERC season saw the first gravel event of the year at Rally Hungary, and Philip Hallam would provide an early indication just how easily this challenging event can catch you out. The all-action Northern Irishman somehow saving the role, but the time lost would be costly to his Saturday road position. The scrap for top times would be as fierce as ever. Miko Marchik is always a force on the dirt, but set-up issues saw the Polish national champion settle for 6th. A couple of youngsters were getting in on the act, with 21-year-old Swede Isak Grierson enjoying his run, 5th fastest despite his last year's Hungary winner, Simone Tempestini, is another man to keep an eye on over the weekend. The Romanian with an aggressive run through this 6-kilometre stage, the Team MRF driver in 4th. John Armstrong had a frustrating opening round at his favoured tarmac surface in Spain, but proved he has good gravel pace too. Wild at times, but the M Sport driver produced the 3rd best time despite knocking a tyre off its rim. And after claiming his debut win late last season, could we see a championship challenge from Andrea Navellini? The Italian also proving he is no slouch on loose surface rallies, just under a second quicker in second. But out front, it's already looking like an impressive ERC debut for MRF's Rupert Corhinen. The WRC2 regular set to appear in all 3 gravel European events over the next couple of months, and a 26-year-old Finn immediately setting the pace. The qualifying win providing a favourable road position for the rally proper. It was mighty close though, Corhinen fastest by just a couple of hundredths of a second from Navellini. Further back, former Hungarian national champion Mads Osberg was 7th, with a couple of local stars, Mixi Chomosh and Martin Laszlo, also well placed in the top 10. The second round of the ERC saw a switch to gravel for the rough and rapid roads of Rally Hungary. A fan-friendly head-to-head super special got us underway on Friday evening, and Max McRae's step up to ERC1 did not start well, with heavy damage caused from this early error. It was a tough first full day for some of the local heroes in Hungary. Sadly for Mixi Chomosh, with 2 punctures on the opening 2 stages and only 1 spare, it was already the end of the road for the Team MRF driver. While National Championship frontrunner Figuez Turan made a frightening exit in the short but blisteringly quick stage 4. M Sport's John Armstrong started the rally with an aggressive run to 3rd place, only for the Irishman's run of bad luck to strike again. Not one but two punctures in the long stage 6 saw 2 stops and more than 6 minutes dropped. Last year's Hungary winner Simone Tempestini, meanwhile, was again relishing the challenge of these rapid roads. The Romanian looking good for another strong run here, promoted to 3rd following the Irishman's delays. Out front, meanwhile, a mighty scrap for the top spot was playing out. Rupert Korhonen making an impressive ERC debut, the qualifying winner hunting down the early leader all day. And that man was Italian star Andrea Mabellini. A heavy landing knocked the wind out of his co-driving girlfriend Virgie Lenzi in the morning, but it hardly knocked them off their stride. With 4 stage wins through the day, the Italian crew in the top spot going into the final overnight break. Mabellini's advantage over Korhonen 10.6 seconds after the first full day of action, with Tempestini up to 3rd, Miko Marcik and Mads Osberg rounding off the top 5.
뭐야? 2분 40초. 네.
The final day of Rally Hungary, and last year's Czech round winner Dominik Strzelecki was driving on a broken damper coming into the challenging stage 10. A dramatic exit and the difficult start for the Czech national champion season continues. It was all going on in the terrifying 10th stage. Martin Laszlo was leading the locals charge in 8th, having one luckless straight final turn. But within touching distance of the final finish, he was off the road again, the crew unharmed, but it continued to become a weekend of frustration for many of the Hungarian hopefuls. Simone Tempestini's chances of a second consecutive Hungary podium had been dashed with her morning puncture before he too came unstuck in the bruising stage 11. A frustrating finish to what had been another impressive display from the team NRF driver. Mads Osberg has good knowledge of the Hungarian stages, and with the balance of his system improving, he overhauled Miko Marcik in what would become the fight for second, doing just enough to find his first podium finish for 2 years. Andrea Mabellini had led the rally since stage 2, but unbelievably, the Italian was one of 6 of the frontrunners to pick up tyre damage in stage 11. The lead was gone, but worse was to follow. Heartbreak for the Italian, with suspension damage spelling retirement with the end in sight. Rupert Korhonen, meanwhile, had defied the rough rock-strewn roads with a string of fastest times on the final day. The Finn surged past the luckless Mabellini and held on to claim his first international rally victory and the first ERC debutant winner for 11 years. Korhonen's final winning margin was just over half a minute from Osberg, with the Norwegian holding on to second from Marcik by just 1.3 seconds. Isak Rierson and local hero Gabor Nemeth completed the top 5. And after 2 rounds of 8, it is Marcik who leads the ERC title race with a 7-point lead over Osberg, who jumps to second, and Korhonen 4th in a dramatic final day in Hungary.